Hi everyone, my name is John Nicelli. I'm an immigration attorney in New York City. My number is 212-227-8020. I want to speak today about some options that are available to people who are in the United States or even people who are not in the United States. If you want to become legalized, you can do it through work. You can be basically sponsored through an employer, almost any job that you can think of. I've done them from the most skilled people to the most unskilled people over the years, and they've all been approved. The secret to success is basically having a lawful status when you start that case. Or if you've left the United States and perhaps are here unlawfully for a period of time, you may still be eligible, including getting waivers if that becomes necessary for unlawful presence. But for the most part, if you're legally here, you could be sponsored through a job, and basically you have to have a job that's an employer needs your services for, and the employer must have the ability to pay the wage. There are also other options through employment, through investment. So you can do an investment if you have a lot of money, say $900,000 to $1 million, you can invest in the business, have 10 U.S. employees, and you can become a resident that way. That process now is taking about 3 to 4 years roughly. There's also temporary visas based on investment. You have an E-visa, which is an E2 visa. Say you want to buy a restaurant, or you want to buy a hardware store, you want to buy a travel agency. Depending on what the normal sales are for that type of business will determine the amount of the investment. So let's say you're going to buy a franchise. You want to buy a McDonald's. Okay, whatever McDonald's charges, that would be the normal amount of investment for that case. And there's also what you call an E1 visa that applies to certain countries. And an E1 visa is what you call a treaty trader visa. So if you want to sell goods abroad, you want to import goods from abroad, that's also possible to do. There are many, many options. So if you're interested, give us a call, because we do a lot of employment-based immigration, which many lawyers do not do. And we would be happy to help assess your situation. And if it's possible, you'll become hopefully a permanent resident, or at least be legally allowed to work here on a temporary visa. So I hope to talk to you soon. Thank you.